Alrighty, welcome everybody joining us from home, watching the final of the under-15s division here at this 2021 Australian National Underwood Hockey Titles here in Hobart. So they just kicked off. Black team is Victoria under-15s versus Queensland A light in white, and looks like both teams a bit too keen there. They've game. Stop for a ref times out. Also, looks like all the refs aren't in the pool yet, which has been the story of the competition. Very tight turnaround. Although none of these refs today are playing, there's no excuses for them not to be ready on time. But there you go. So I can see the last ref now just hopping in the water. You can see they're in the far side of the screen. All refs up, hands up, and ready to go, and ready to kick off this final. So I can see lots of parents who have travelled down with their kids, eagerly standing on the side of the pool, watching the action, and g'day to everybody at home who couldn't be here to watch your kids play. And thanks for your continued support of the sport and sending your kids away to this fantastic comp, which is going to help with their development immensely. And so we can see there, strike both won by both teams at the same time, and then Queensland just getting away. But now the fullback number 9, Caleb from the Vic under-15s, doing good work there to pick up the puck and find his teammate. And lots of good Vic numbers on the bottom there to help get the spill. But number 4 from Queensland, finding the puck and swimming down the left-hand side of the pool. Nice little curl and release there to her halfback, which looks like Rocco from Cooktown, number 12, the vice-captain. And Queensland just doing a nice bit of work. Puddle up there on the wall. Rocco back down again, number 12. And Queensland putting on a bit of pressure here, which has been diffused by number 2 there from Victoria. And he's down again, young Rocco, finding some space up the centre of the pool. But the Victorian backs there just shutting down that drive, taking to the safety of the wall. And been left a bit in the lurch there. No numbers down to the passer, so she's flicked it back, done the safe option, flicked it behind her. And then Rocco back down again, finds some space up the centre corridor, does a nice 45. Good attacking opportunity here early in the first half. And then...
Very close there. Very, very close there. Beautifully swept out by the Victorian defence. And here, can they reset it though? It looks like they might be able to drive that 45 again. The numbers are down. The Victorian defence is there. Is it going to go? Ooh, let's see what the refs say. We've got 1, 2, 3. It looks like a goal.
Nice early goal there from the Queensland A team. Just drove to the other side of the tray. Looked like it got stopped there for a second on the far side of the tray, and then someone was able to just push it in. So nice early lead there by the Queensland A, up 1-0. I'm joined here in the commentary box by Barnesy, Alex Barnes, Keegan. Keegan, thank you. Is that Ian looking at me in disbelief?
It's only been 20 years.
Yeah. We only know him as Barnesy, so we never use his last name.
Barnesy and Benny. Yeah.
Commentary duo, here to provide you some entertainment on your Tuesday morning. And Queensland there, nice little swerve sandwich off the strike there by the Queensland centre. And finding some space right up the middle of the pool. A nice little big flick there away for an under-15. Nice big flick. Finds his number 7. He goes down the outside of the pool. Curls, but doesn't find his teammate. And Victoria got possession of the puck now. There you go. Rocco doing a nice little swerve. Releasing his off half there. There's a nice flick through, and looks like that's number 7, the captain, Amber Frame, who got a nice little flick away, but, you know, the golden rule there is always swim the puck to the tray. Don't flick it, because in that case, she flicked it too high, bounced off the back wall, and lost that opportunity to score by flicking it too early. But Rocco's backed up here, and looks like young Rocco Thomason, the number 12, has just finished off that play and scored another goal for his team. So throughout the round robin, I think Queensland A finished very dominantly on top of the ladder with lots of convincing scorelines. So lots of good juniors, I'm sure, from both the Cairns and Cooktown clubs. And I'm sure they've been bolstered by juniors from southeast Queensland as well. But the few juniors I know in this team, Rocco from Cooktown and a few of the Cairns players, doing some great work with the development up there of juniors coming through up in North Queensland. And it's on show here today in this final. looks like a nice little push here from Victoria. We're getting some numbers on the bottom and pushing it up into the Queensland half, but it looks like Queensland have found a bit of space on the outside to their off half, who's swum away, but the fullback there from Victoria, nice work by number 9, which is Caleb. And a bit stagnant here, but looks like they found a bit of space. I think it's number 3, Augustus Tan from the Queensland team. And lots of numbers on the bottom here. It's good play by the Queensland under 15s. They're playing very direct. Lots of numbers at the bottom, which allowing them to find the goal. And speaking of which, another goal there from the black team, Queensland. Well, white team. There we go, white team. What are your thoughts early in this half, Barnsey?
Well, Queensland definitely are able to keep that pressure on. They're getting maybe 1 or 2 more with their numbers. Always down on the bottom, being able to support, especially when it was getting barreled up in the middle there. They were looking to spread it wide, but they did, and then were able to cut back in on that 45, which just was very aggressive. And with the numbers, it was very hard for Victoria to defend.
Awesome stuff. So yeah, again, Queensland on the offensive here, finding some space up on that outside, on the far side of the wall. It looks like it's bottled down over there. Victoria in possession now. They need to really consolidate, get some numbers on the bottom. I'm sure the next opportunity to take a time out, Coach Lucy Perdomo will have some strong words for her team just to refocus them, and they just really need more numbers on the bottom to stop this Queensland drive down the centre of the pool. There we go. Nice clearance here from the Victorian number 9, which is Caleb. And the rest have seen a penalty. Chopping foul. So a player has hit the arm of another player or the stick of another player with their arm or stick. So it's a free puck to Queensland, who'll get another nice opportunity here to score another goal, put some more points on the board midway through the first half. So they take the free puck and got lots of numbers there, push on the tray. Looks like it didn't quite go in, couldn't see there. Lots of activity, but the refs might have seen something. And they saw it go into the tray for a second before it popped back out. So another goal there to the Queensland under 15s. Shout out to our viewers. I can see Kate Howard's streaming in on the live stream. Sorry you couldn't be here, Kate, and the rest of the Queensland Elite men's and women's players. Now, I couldn't make sense of Sean Hartley's long-winded Facebook post, but it sounds like there was a bit of mission to get a couple of the Queenslanders over here, which may have involved trips via Launceston and getting the last-minute flights. But we're glad to have the Queenslanders that could make it down here, and they've definitely lifted the standard of this comp. And Queensland just winning the strike there, finding number 6, who curls, gives it back to his fullback. And Queensland doing nice work to find a bit of space out wide, taking it out wide, still retaining possession. But there's a free puck about to be called here. We think gloving, so it's against Victoria. Queensland again, very dominant in this first half. Get another attacking free puck. So Queensland taking that free puck, flicking into the stack there, but Victoria providing a bit of defensive pressure, and their main man, number 9, their fullback, doing good work to deflect it and finding one of his other players. He's finding some space up the far side of the pool. We can see Stuart McCallum there filming on his GoPro on the sideline, getting some close-up footage. And looks like Queensland shut down that drive and have retained possession of the puck. And doing a nice little bust up there. And just the player just finding a bit of space, taking the flick, but again, got to swim the puck into that one. Flick too early. Oh, what the refs see? Surely they can go in. Number 7. Did it just go in? What's the bit of confusion here? What's going on? Are they calling a goal? Oh, it looked like they'd find a goal. Must have just gone in the volume of the trace, and that one, the puck has to travel in its entirety into like the volume of the tray. So even though it didn't sink into the gutter, it did pass through the kind of box area of the tray, and that counted as a goal. Although popped back out. And timeout. So one of the coaches called a timeout. I'm sure I can see Lucy in there giving some strong words of wisdom to her team.
So they've got a minute now to catch their breath, get some words of wisdom from their coach, and hopefully Victoria can settle it down and Queensland can keep their push going, particularly through the middle there. Those aggressive 45s have been so dominant for them. You can also have a look when they make those 45s, they're not just going in ones, they've got their supporting halfback also streaming in, ready to support, and they've got the forwards trying to sneak and take the steals and apply that pressure all the way to the goal tray. And in we go again. Looks like Queensland just made it to the puck first there. But can they hold possession? It's often very tricky to maintain possession even after winning the strike. It's going out wide now. Victoria able to push it. Can they find another teammate? Getting caught up on the wall. Will they look for the switch? Who knows, Benny?
Who knows? Anything could happen here, mate. Hopefully, the Victorians are inspired by their chat from Lucy and can provide a bit more defensive pressure where they can turn to offense. But Queensland's still doing well. Look, numbers on the bottom, finding a white stick with each pass. Nice curl there from the Queensland player who retains the puck, reloads. Second curl, good second effort there. And number 3, Augustus, taking the... Was that number 8? Number 3. Number 8. There we go. And look, Caleb doing a nice little bust out from the back line. Takes up the far side of the pool to the safety of the sub bench, hoping to get some fresh subs in. And Victoria just need to, hold on the puck there, get a bit flat on the bottom. Unfortunately, they've lost the puck there, and now Queensland have got numbers on the bottom, doing another tracking drive. But Caleb's done well there to reload and get back, although nice quick reload and swim, and again, just numbers on the bottom, and Queensland find a way to score another goal. Shout out to Gary Rosewarne, who's also tuning in. We miss you, you big homunculus. And hopefully we'll see you again at a hockey comp soon with the rest of the Queensland boys. And Queensland doing good work to win that strike. Flicks it off to the left, but doesn't find his player. Put it in the middle of those two players. So Victoria were able to just regain possession of that puck. And the number 2 there, just getting possession of the puck, but he flicked it ahead of him rather than just controlling the puck, so he lost possession. And now number 6 for Queensland, swimming up the far side of the pool, looking for support. Tries to find, I think it's Alana Mees there, number 10. But they've lost possession. Looks like Victoria take it to their sub bench. And Queensland have done good work there to reload, bring it off the wall, bring it back to the centre. That's number 3. That's definitely Augustus. With a big, nice, clear 3 there for the commentators on his back. And Queensland, good little push. The puck has ended up outside the goal. And then nice little second effort there from that player to go down. But I think they've awarded it to the first player. Must have popped in first. And then Augustus doing a good job to play the whistle and push it in. But I think the goal got awarded to the first player who pushed it in. And now Black are calling a timeout, so Victoria are calling another timeout. Barnsley, as we said before, it's you know the under 15s. It looks like the Queensland have got a very simple game plan that they're sticking to, and they're just committing more numbers on the bottom, which they're definitely taking advantage of.
Definitely. With the able to reset every single time they're making a curl, they're finding those teammates and able to swim constantly, just relentlessly aggression towards that goal tray. And it's very, very tricky for the Victorians to stop them. They're able to clear it every now and again, but without that flat body position, they're really going to struggle. They're going to have to stop the drive first and then take it out wide. You can see they're resetting here. Take that sprint to the center, and let's see who gets there first. Queensland just taking it out. Finding the teammates. Resetting. Just Victoria going well. They're not overcommitting. They're holding their ground, but they've popped a little bit here. Can they get the numbers down again and get some possession and take it out wide? It does look like it. A beautiful swim out there. Just need to keep going a little bit further. Find another teammate. Lock it down. Try to bust through the center where Queensland is all over, and they swim it in with 2 or 3 players ready to support it if it did bounce back. Dominating attack there.
Yeah, nice dominant display here from Queensland. Definitely led by their fullback Rocco Thomason, who I would speculate is in high odds of receiving the MVP for the game so far. But it's still a second half to go. When I ref some of their round robin games, also noticed a strong performance from their other fullback Amber Frame, who I'm just not noticing in the pool here. She's got a very distinctive yellow mask strap, and I'm not sure where. Maybe she's over on the far off half. So I'm not seeing her a lot, but she definitely has had some good performances during the round robin. And Queensland just deflecting that little tussle there after the strike and finding some space forward, but the Victorian team just picking it up here. Number 8 there from Victoria. Go in the puck, and Rocco Thomason again on the bottom. Nice flick away, but he just flicks it into the puck, into the stick of number 8. But Queensland again on top, find a nice little release. Some good big flicks from the Queensland team. I think that's a big difference, is playing to their advantage. Some good flicking. Someone's up there in Cairns and North Queensland teaching them how to flick properly with their good stick. And that's half time here. So 8-0 to Queensland in the first half. Very dominant display. Yeah, look, it's going to be tough, obviously, for Victoria to come back. But I'm sure, that Lucy will try and inspire them to at least score some goals and get some offensive pressure. Just the easy thing they can fix is just numbers on the bottom. And, the last game of the day, they just need to commit some more numbers on the bottom. And that will help curb the scoreline a bit. But, yeah, definitely a very dominant display from Queensland. And I'm sure they want to keep the pressure on it in the second half and not take their foot off the gas, Barnsley.
Definitely. If Queensland keep doing what they're doing and Victoria aren't able to find any way of stopping it, it could just continue this way. Hopefully Victoria finds something. I really want to see it pushed up into that attacking third, and I want to see it right on the edge of the goal tray for Victoria. I think that would be really something. We've got a lot of parents up and standing on the edge there. There's a few up in the stands too. I think I can see more Victorian shirts waiting around, which makes sense in terms of who was able to make it down. So we probably have more Queenslanders on the stream, I would say. So hello. It's maybe the reason that Queensland is going so well, Benny, is because the weather has been so beautiful here in Hobart. It's probably the nicest I've ever seen it over Easter. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I was, having attended many training camps down here in this time of year, definitely gets a bit chilly, but just nice, warm, sunny days, just warm enough. We can still rock our national singlets. We didn't need to order, warmer clothes. So definitely nice weather being put on by you from Hobart. Some lovely, stunning sunsets for the teams to be able to get down to Salamanca and the docks in the evening. Nice, beautiful sunsets over the Hobart skyline. So yeah, Hobart, really grateful for them putting up the comp and being able to host us down here for this last week. And just a minute to go before half time. Shout out as well to the Victorian juniors, I feel like I'm going to speculate a lot of the juniors are going to come from Geelong and Wonthaggi, big junior nursing grounds for the Victorian team. So I've noticed on Facebook lots of good work to get junior nights up and going, particularly in Wonthaggi, where they can all play together and develop as a team. So that's definitely worked to their favour to get them to this final. But I'm sure they'll go away and Coach Lucy will do some more work in the off season to further strengthen her team for those that can play under 15s next year, and the ones that move up to the 19s. I'm sure they'll take a lot of experience from this comp and take that to the senior 19 grades next comp. So just about 15 seconds left before the second half starts. And play resuming here in the second half of the under 15s grand final. And Queensland Centre just winning that strike. They're taking off to the left side. And Victoria doing some nice work there just to get the puck up on the other side of the pool. It's a bit contested over there. It looks like Victoria got a little bit of advantage there. Nice little bust here from a Victorian player going up the far side of the pool. And finding another black stick. And unfortunately couldn't find another player from their team for that third passage of play. But then nice work from the Victorian fullback. Doing a nice drive. Curl reload. Curl again, underbody push pull. Gets stopped by Rocco Thomason there, but able to find a support player who's looking for, needs some black sticks down there on the bottom to take advantage of this attacking opportunity. They manage to take it to the back wall. Looks like the Queensland backs have cleared it and pushed it in that far corner. Good work there. Little opportunity here to push it up the back wall there with nobody on the bottom. But Queensland doing some nice cycling, keeping it in that back corner, which is where they want it. It's obviously easiest to score from the centre of the tray. So as an attacking team, Victoria want to bring it around into the centre to give them more space to attack, because Queensland will be set up along the back wall. So very hard to score a goal from there. And it looks like Queensland have managed to consolidate and find numbers to drive it out from that back wall and heading up the far side of the pool. The fullback there with a lot of pressure on this switch going off by himself, but loses the puck underneath him. And then a Queensland player just pounces on it. Chance of a mini breakaway here from this Queensland player, but good work there from the Victorian fullback, able to reload and just shut down that play. But again, gets stopped there in the headlights, and Rocco Thomason sneaking through, pouncing on that. Good push there from Rocco Thomason, who finished off that nice drive from the Queensland team.
That is exactly what we wanted to see earlier from Victoria, pushing it down. That's what I was talking about. If they could get it into that aggressive third, it was looking so promising, but that is the problem. Once you commit your whole team across, all of a sudden you have to have that covering back to get that any chance of a breakaway and shut that down. Unfortunately, they were able to get the steal off the breaking player, but then they just stayed in the middle there. You need to take that wide to give your teammates time to come and cycle back in and then help defend it again. But Queensland had the numbers all the way to the bin and were able to put that goal in.
Yeah, very unfortunate the last passage play from the fullback, Caden Mills. He did good work. He just needed to keep back himself and keep swimming the puck to the other side of the pool rather than turning in the middle of the pool, which was what Queensland took advantage of. So hopefully he realised his mistake and will avoid that mistake for the rest of this game. And looks like Victoria again, another push. They've still got the energy to do another offensive push up here. Finding, just like the last passage of play before that goal. Oh, nice little drive here from the young girl from Victoria. And she's stayed down and regained the puck. And, unlucky there. Looks like she had a... Here we go. Oh, very unlucky there for the Victorian team. Nice push, but they've got still some black sticks on the bottom. Again, flicking. Just couldn't quite get that flick away. And trying to go one out and score the goal themselves, I think they should reload and wait for a player to come back in from that curl to drive to the centre of the tray. But Queensland, nice work there to deflect that goal-scoring opportunity for Victoria. And down the sideline, there goes the young Queensland. Could possibly be Rocco Thomason and those Najards. Going all the way. He's going to go all the way. Piece of the last Victorian player. Still going. Goal. Great work. Nice drive there. He got bundle of energy. 1.3 letters. 4 letters. That's a goal. So yeah, if the Victorian team Barnsley can get back up there again, what do you think they need to work on to just get that puck in the goal tray?
They're having some fantastic second efforts there, and I think it's just that body position, particularly close to that goal tray there. They're coming down, so they're head first, legs up in the air, and if they can get flat, they should be able to push it through. Because it looks like a different Victoria's come out to play this second half. They are just the aggression's there. They've realised they've got more in the tank to give. They just need to be so careful when they commit that hard that they've got someone to cover, that they look out for those Queensland breakaways, which was a fantastic swim, I've got to say. That was looked like it was far before halfway. They managed to take it all the way to the bin. A little cheeky flick at the end that they really need to make sure they swim it, would you say, Benny? Swim it all the way into that goal tray?
Yeah, it's definitely a bad habit that lots of juniors can fall into, particularly playing club hockey. You can get away with a few cheeky goals, and just as we see Amber Mees here get a nice little flick, and looks like she's going to score a goal of herself, and flicks it and gets it in. Nice little runaway goal there from Amber Mees from Queensland. But as you said, you can get away with those flicking before the trade in club nights. But here at Nationals with better players, it really pays to work on those little things, and just like a good bet, it's bad habits are easy to get into, hard to get out of, Barnsley.
Definitely. We've got, you can see at the end, just that little chase, that little chip flick, but for Amber, was it? Amber, she chased it all the way to the tray and made sure it went in. And that's what you like to see. Because sometimes you do need that little extra flick to get it past that final defender. But if you keep following it, if you go in with a 110% sprint all the way to the bin, it will be a goal.
Yeah, great work. And just to correct myself, I think it was actually Alana Mees. But anyway, so both start with A. But both are strong players, both Alana and Amber in the Queensland 15s teams. And Queensland looks like, Victoria have used up a lot of juice from those first two attacking pushes in this first half. But like we discussed before, Barnsley, once they get up there, they really just need to commit the numbers. And once they score that goal, then they get a break. That's the reward you get from pushing hard, because you can't, no time for subs. And just as look at this. Nice little drive there. Look quick, very quick player, that under 15s player. I think it's number 11 white, which is Eli Carroll. Nice little quick zippy run there, and he manages to score yet another goal for the Queensland under 15 A team. So now 12-0, 8 minutes to go. Both coaches yet to use their timeouts in this second half. And I can see here the Tassie under-19s team just entering the complex, ready for their next game, which is the next final here on day 4 of the comp, the finals day. So next game coming up will be Tasmania under-19s against Queensland A under-19. So again, another strong contingent of Queensland players, bolstered by those good juniors from up north Queensland. And here we go. We just see, is it number 3? I think it's number 3 or 8. That's number 3. He's got the big number 3 in his back. Augustus Tan doing a nice little bust and scoring a nice little goal for himself. Yeah, and he swam it all the way to the tray that time, Barnsley. Nice. He's obviously been listening to my strong words of commentary.
Definitely. I think your voice is just radiating all the way across the pool, and they're picking up what you're putting down for them, and it's really paying off. They aggressive swims through the middle are just, it's what we were seeing in the first half, and we're seeing it again now, starting to pick up. Victoria have slowed down a little bit off their pace that they came out going hell for leather, and they are just not quite able to keep it wide and keep the aggression on. They probably need to look at more of a defensive play, slowing it down if they can, taking it wide and defending a little more. Big flick there. And beautiful swim as well. The players there, oh, big pass back. Oh, it's finally, they're over at the camera side, so we can actually see what's going on for once. The, beautiful steal, and Victoria able to take it to the side. They need to stay down there, but Victoria can come in and sweep. They might have just got some fresh players in from the sub bench as well. Strong push down. This is going right underneath Queensland's sub bench. Will they sub in players? Can often be a little bit dangerous when they go underneath the sub bench and the puck keeps moving because they'll sub in the players, but if the puck spills away from the sub bench, then they have to chase down the puck. But it looks like it stayed on that wall, and they're able to get in possibly 4 fresh players, which will be a huge advantage for them, with Victoria having used up a lot of the gas. And here we go. This may have been one of the fresh subs in. Quick little swim. Is it going to go all the way? Looks like it. And, he was considering making sure it went in, but I think that he was very clear there. And you saw a second Queensland player also able to come in. Do we have the number of that player, Benny?
I'm just looking for the rest now, and did not see. I saw a 2 there, so it was either number 2 or number 12. Number 12 being Rocco Thomason, number 2 Sam Ryder. So one of them, both similar builds, I think. So it could have been either one of them. Oh, it's a timeout. So 5 minutes remaining here. One of the teams has called a timeout. Just noticing young Amber Frame remaining in the sub bench a lot. I hope she's okay. I haven't noticed her in the game. Again, that very distinctive yellow headband. Hopefully, yeah, she's doing all right. She's in the sub bench. Not sure what's going on there, but yeah, she, like I said before, she has seen some spirited displays from her, strong displays from the fullback and the captain of that team.
See the refs having a bit of a chat there. They haven't had to call too many fouls. It's been a fairly clean game from what we've seen. And yeah, I think only 2 fouls total, so it's must have been quite clean. It's a little hard for us to see on the stream, but they are obviously circling around that play. 3 referees in water, able to watch as much as they can, pick up any sort of dirty tactics that the under-15s may be using.
Yeah, nice clean game, and like you said, Barnesy, I think they've learned how to not foul over the comp, but also to get Queensland just being very dominant and not giving Victoria much chance with time on the puck. There we go. There's young Amber Frame back in the action. The captain there finding a good flick forward to number 8, who finds Amber Frame again, back down again. Looks like she's well rested and got lots of energy. And Queensland again, they got the puck where they want it, up in the centre pool, doing a nice drive. A couple of Victorian players down on the bottom, but Amber Frame, they're doing great work. This is the kind of performance I saw from her in the round robin, and finds her fullback, who just swims through uncontested and scores yet another goal for the Queensland A. So this is one of the biggest score lines I've seen from the under-15 Queensland A team over the Victorian team. Could be wrong, but definitely the game I watched them both play and ref them. Queensland definitely turning it on here today in Hobart in the final. So that's going to be a well-deserved gold medal for the Queensland team. And I forget the name of the Queensland 15 coach. I know he's a Masters player, but he's done good work to get this squad together from across the geographic expanse of Queensland and pull them together to play nice and cohesive over this grand final.
Definitely, a very well-oiled machine. I didn't see their games earlier in the comp, but they've put it all together, and they are just completely here to play. They're here to win this grand final. Again, they're able to go wide. Can they cycle it back in to attack another 45 on the goal tray? Will they be able to hit 20? I doubt it. Will Victoria be able to score a goal? Potentially. Dangerous inside curl, but he is still able to swim it out wide, that Victoria defender there.
Crocodile roll there from the fullback, Barnesy.
I think it was a beautiful crocodile.
No. No crocodile rolls here, please. But the Victorian teams have managed to swim away, just running out of gas there in the end, and didn't quite get all the way to the wall, which is unfortunate because now Queensland have pounced and they got the puck where they wanted again. Right in the centre pool. I'm really amazed by the flicking action of the under-15s here today, Barnesy. They're just doing some great, nice, big, strong flicks, finding their players forward. Again, another little curl there from Caden, who unfortunately couldn't clear it all the way to the side. Rocco getting deflected by number 4 there, and the rest have seen a foul. It's against Queensland, and we think it's shopping. So nice little last chance here for the Victorian team to really put a push, get some fresh subs in, and make an offensive push. Try and get a goal on the board to avoid a whitewash.
Let's see how they set this one up. Are they going to get down early? Looks like everyone's sucking in the air there. And they've got the one covering half, and they've got five players up in front here. Making that aggressive swim. Can they find the teammate? A little bit too aggressive and just needed to curl around a little bit further. And in come Queensland, pouncing on in there. The vice captain for Queensland, very puck hungry, and is able to get it, and they slide it through. Number 3 is that from Queensland. Takes it through. Another goal for Queensland A.
Yeah, great little snatch there from Alana, I think it was, who just had to pounce on the puck and push it in there. You can see the ref doing some nice little rolling of the puck there to get it to thing. I think it's the most entertaining thing as a ref is doing that nice little roll to get it back to the centre. I think that's Brendan with that lovely flowing hair, who's one of the refs here. And thanks to all the refs who could make it down and help ref the comp. I mean, look, unfortunately, we couldn't get the players had to, fill in for most of the reffing duties throughout the comp, and it is what it is. And the reffing standard was quite, I think remarkably good from Angus. What Angus has said, he's very impressed by the standard of people we put into ref. And looks like young Amber. Oh, just a nice little swerve sandwich there to finish off the game. The game. Great swerve sandwich there from Amber Frame. Didn't notice her much in the first, 3 quarters game. And she's really made an impact in this last bit of the second half. And again, whoever's teaching these kids to flick and swerve, they're doing a great job up there in Queensland, Barnsey. And that should finish off the game. Any comments, Barnsey?
Oh, Ben, I'm sure you're hungry now. I think there was about 3 swerve sandwiches, and you'll just be, banging for a feed before we come back to. I believe we might be commentating the next game as well, unless we get kicked off the air. That's for sure.
Yeah, great work, Barnsey. Yeah, look, 17-0 is the final result in that game. A great performance by the Queensland Under-15 A. But, shout out to both coaches and both all the clubs and parents for getting the kids down to hockey and finding the time and resources to get your children away to these comps. Because, again, it's just got such a great opportunity for them to go play kids against kids their own age. And hopefully make some lifelong friends. And, maybe one day they'll turn into old tragics like us, Barnsey, who come and find, in their spare time, come and commentate games and give back to the sport. So, yeah, good signs for the future of underwater hockey, at least in Queensland and Victoria. They're the only 2 teams that contested the Under-15s division this year, with the Queensland sending an Under-15s B team to make up the 3rd team in the comp. But, yeah, good numbers by Queensland to be able to send 2 teams in COVID times. So it just shows you how much those North Queensland clubs are doing, and clubs outside of Brisbane, to be able to still field 2 teams here.
It's absolutely fantastic to have those under-15s here, and you can tell that they will be sending through some strong players into the under-19s over the next few years, and they will be a force to be reckoned with, an absolute force.
So I've just got some inside scoop here. I think the reason Alana is been on the sub bench, she's got to play yet another final. So a couple of the Queensland under-15s are backing up in the Queensland under-19 A team. So makes sense that they are going to back up. And just running over the squad list, I can see that Amber is definitely backing up, and she might be the only one. So Rocco Thompson, I think he played in under-19 B. But he obviously had nothing left in the tank and scored lots of goals for his team. And he's I think a strong favourite for man of the match or player of the match for that game. We'll wrap it up anyway.
Yep. So the next game is in 16 minutes, according to our timer here. We might go get some water.
Yeah.
Have a bit of a stretch. Maybe go see the physio, and then we'll see you all back on the stream for the next game, the under-19s, Queensland versus Tasmania. And we can see them in the pool at the moment warming up. Probably not the one that's on camera, but they're beginning their warm-up session. Looks like the Queenslanders are a little more organised with their warm-up. Tasmania sort of seem to be doing their own thing for now, but it's likely. I've seen, is it Steve Cleary's the coach of the, yes, so Steve Cleary, the under-19s coach, he'll whip them into line. They'll start the Tasmanians warm-up, as Queensland are currently doing as well.
All right, well, thanks all. We'll join you back in 15 minutes. Feel free to stay on the stream. Or change over to the new stream, which will be game 64. Yep, and so we'll see you there.